We are continuing with sections 3.4 and 3.5. This is part 4. We are asked to write the equation of a line that passes through the points 7 and -2 that has slope of 1/4. Now, from the previous page, we are supposed to write our answers in standard form. Okay, so we are given a point and a slope. So we are going to be plugging into the point slope formula. This is your x1, this is your y1. Be careful with your signs. Y minus y1, so y minus a -2. This equals your slope, which is 1/4, times x minus your x1 is 7. Okay. Y minus a -2, that's the same as y plus 2, equal 2. All right, we want to go ahead and distribute the 1/4. Think of this as 7/1. Come over to scratch paper. 1/4 times 7/1. This does not reduce, so we multiply straight across and you just get 7/4. So this is 1/4 x minus 7/4. Now, if we were going into slope-intercept form, all I would need to do is just subtract 2 from both sides and do a little arithmetic. But we are going into standard form where we are not allowed to have fractions. So we want to multiply everything by the LCD. We only have one denominator, so my LCD is that denominator. It is 4. I need to multiply absolutely everything by a 4. Okay, so that gives me 4 times y plus 4 times 2. And this equals, I'm going to use 4/1 when I multiply the fractions. So I have 4/1 times 1/4 x. And this is minus 4/1 times 7/4. Okay, so we have 4y plus 8 equals, your denominator should cancel out. All I have there is a 1x, so that's x, minus our 4's cancel, and we have a 7. Okay, so we've got no fractions. We need it in the correct order. My x needs to come first, so I'm going to move it all the way over here by subtracting x from both sides. That gives me -x plus 4y plus 8 is equal to -7. We want our x first, then our y, and then our constant on the other side. So I'm going to move this all the way over here by subtracting 8 from both sides. Now coming back up over here, I have -x plus 4y. Those canceled. -7 minus 8 would be -15. Okay, so to be in standard form, no fractions. In the correct order, those two are good. The first number positive, we do not have that. This is incredibly easy to deal with. All you have to do is to multiply every single thing by a -1. And that just changes every sign in the whole problem. -1 times -1 is +1, so that's just x. -1 times 4 is -4, so that's -4y. Equal to -1 times -15 is +15. Okay, so it's in the right order, no fractions. The first number is positive. Can it be reduced? Well, that's a 1. A 1 can never be reduced. So this is our final answer. Okay, now let's look at a couple of special cases. This is going to bring a lot of things together, things that we've done in multiple sections. I want to write the equation of the line that passes through the point -2, 8 that has a slope of 0. Now, things I hope that you will begin to connect. We know if something has a slope of 0, it is a horizontal line. okay? That's from when we talked about slopes. We talked about horizontal lines. We said that the formula is always either, we were talking about special cases, it was either x equal a number or y equals a number. And the variable told you what intercept you have. If I draw a horizontal line, I have to be crossing the y-axis, correct? So this is always y equals whatever your y equals. Y equals 8 should be my answer. Okay, but let's say you didn't recognize that. Okay, this is all stuff we've done in previous sections. If you have it all coming together in your head, perfect. But if you don't, we can still use this formula. Because I have a point to use and I have a slope to use, I can use the formula. And use y minus y1, y1 is 8, and that's equal to the slope, which is 0, times x minus x1, x1's a negative 2. Well, look what happens here. It doesn't even matter what this is. I'm multiplying it by 0, which means that whole thing just goes away. What I really have is y minus 8 is equal to 0. Now, it doesn't matter whether we are asked to go into standard form or into slope-intercept form. Both of them, we need to solve for y. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides, and you get y equals 8. Y equals something, it's in the correct form. Now, if you wanted to see what it really looks like in this form, technically what you have is y equals mx 0x plus 8. Okay, but of course that's 0, which is where we get this. That's an understood 0x right there. Mark it out so it doesn't confuse you too much. Okay, now this one. Through the point 5/8 to 9 with undefined slope. I need a slope to plug into any of these. I cannot plug in undefined. In this case, you must remember that this is a vertical line. Okay, what kind of intercept does a vertical line have to have? It has to cross the x-axis. So this is x equals. And your x, the number part, is going to be whatever your x value is. So x equals 5/8 is the solution to this. That is our answer.